Hello. Gonna do a quick live here. We'll wait for some more folks to hop on. Looks like there's a couple guys on already. Let's see. Who's on? Colin, hey, how you doing from Chicago? Bandito, hello. The Theory, Tim, Samuel, that's awesome. Dat Guy, that's a nice handle. Yuri, Eric, Tom, that's awesome. So, here it comes. Now it's coming in so fast I can't possibly name everybody. Let's see, there's Tony, there's Bogey, there's Kevin, there's Christopher, there's Jason, there's... Sorry guys, can't keep up. That's awesome. Hey, guess what? Episode 2 is coming tonight at 7 o'clock Central Time. We're a couple guys I see here. Where are you guys? We're back in Bozeman. We've been home for just a couple weeks now. And we've been cranking hard on getting edits done, as you can kind of see behind me. Very, very successful trip. And I'll never forget it. It's just so good. This season is so good. So I wanted to say a few things. I want to say thank you to Toyota. They hosted an awesome premiere party for us. They went above and beyond to make that premiere party happen last 2 weeks ago from today. It was down in Dallas. Got to meet a lot of cool people down there. It was just a really special event, especially to talk to people, interact, and see the movie, or the first episode on the big screen. That was I've never seen one of our episodes on a big screen like that. So, but because we had a premiere, it made it a special launch day. So I wanted to address some stuff that has come across. Like you guys are wondering when the episodes are going to be coming out. Well, just because of the premiere, we moved it up to that Friday. So now, starting tonight, they will release every Friday at 7 Central. So we're really excited. All the way through the end of the season, 12 episodes. So tonight is, episode 2, and then 3, 4, 5, all the way in through January. And then on I believe it's January 20th, we have a finale party happening at the Equipped Expedition Outfitters headquarters in Salt Lake. So that'll be a good time too. So it's way down the road. We'll get back to that. But put that in your hat. If you're going to be around, we'd like to have you there. So what else? General Tire. It's been an awesome 5 years running with General Tire. They have just really made Expedition Overland possible by being our presenting level sponsor. So I want to give another shout out to those guys to say thank you. Because of what General Tire does and the rest of our sponsors, it allows our show to remain free, basically, because they pay for it. So it wouldn't be possible without partners like that. That believe in adventure, believe in the medium of YouTube, and being able to put out really cool content. And hopefully we do. We work really hard to do that. So let's see. I had a couple notes. Make sure I get everything. My hands are shaking because I'm literally living on Red Bull right now. That's not good. What's that? Oh, it's Veterans Day. Oh. Awesome. I live in this cave. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to everyone that has served. Phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What a special day for you guys, too, for your sacrifice. Happy Veterans Day. Let's see. Oh, I had a question from a friend at the premiere party, and I wanted to address it. He asked us, he was from Got Your Six Coffee. And he asked us during the premiere, how can the audience help us? And that's actually been asked quite a bit through our fan base. And I didn't really have a good answer for him at the time. So I've been thinking about it a little bit over the last couple weeks. And what really helps Expedition Overland from your guys' perspective, from the fan base, is sharing this stuff. We thank you so much. Premiere episode of this season has been phenomenal because of you guys, and we thank you so much for that. The next best thing, subscribe to the channel. What that helps us do is when we go and we try and raise the money to fund the next season or the next adventure or whatever we're up to next, that comes into play. So that really helps us. That simple act of clicking subscribe on the channel really helps us in those meetings. We just got back from the SEMA Auto Show this last week. Went really well, but that's a metric that we're using to help fund the show. So please, if you would, if you like the show, subscribe. And that way you'll also not miss anything that we put out. So you get that reminder, and especially with the lives like this. So obviously, all of you out there are obviously subscribers. Thank you so much. And so what else? The next thing, we hate Google ads. I personally despise them. But right now they're kind of a necessary evil. But I figured out a way, I think, that we can get around them. If we could hit some new merch numbers by, just the fan base supporting us by buying merch, which helps us far more than a Google ad does, that would be awesome. So that's another way. Buy some merch. That helps us big time. It pads a lot of stuff, and it helps you start conversations with people to share it and talk about Expedition Overland with other people. That's a couple things I want to talk about, answer that. Living in a cave pretty much since we got here. It's been good. Let's see. Right now behind me I'm working on, this is episode 7, going through the final passes on some of these episodes. We're still cutting episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12, and actually we're still in process. You may have heard this. We're still in process of shooting episode 12 because the trucks are still in transit from Buenos Aires. So they were put on a container this week, and in 48 days they will arrive in Seattle. So we'll be heading out there to pick those up and shoot the conclusion of the movie, which I think is pretty cool because when you see it on, I think it debuts January 18th, but our party's on the, can you help me on that, on the schedule with, do we know? Everyone else is just down there having to be quiet. On Friday, the last episode on Friday.
Yeah,
is that the 19th?
I think it's the 19th. Let me double check.
I gotta get this stuff memorized 19th. A little bit better. Yeah, so on the 19th it'll go live. We'll have a party on the 20th at Paul's house, or not at Paul's house, Equipped Expedition Outfitters in Salt Lake. All that said, that's on January 20th, and we don't get our trucks till like right before Christmas. So you'll be seeing footage that was shot pretty much within the month of it going live on YouTube. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, a couple more people that just hopping on, looking like people are asking if episode 2 is tonight. It is tonight at 7 Central. So, and every Friday night at 7 Central here on out. So there's only a 2-week gap for this premiere because that's how it worked out to do that premiere party with Toyota. So anyway, guys, tonight we're continuing our expedition in Colombia. Colombia is a fabulous place. It should definitely be on everybody's radar. We've kind of, the episodes now, they've set down into their usual pace. You guys got caught up. Some of you are new subscribers, hadn't watched the other seasons, so that first episode is a lot to take in. But now the episodes have set down and we're into the trip. So it's a lot more like the classic Expedition Overland episode that you're used to. So I'm really excited about it. Colombia was just a really special place. And from now on, I'm telling you, we're cutting the season right now. This season just keeps on moving. I went through 4, 5, and 6 today, and they're just great episodes. So thank you. That's all I had to say. I got to get back to editing. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, for subscribing, for helping us out. And I hope you really enjoy the episode tonight. And we'll catch you later. Actually, you know what? Let me answer a few questions if I can. So, how many episodes are in the season? 12. Plans for next season. We're working on it right now. We got some really cool stuff. What I can say, it's going to be in the U.S. We're working on doing a lot more of the weekend warrior type of stuff because that's what we personally want to do next. So we'll be getting into that. That's about all I can say right now because we're really tuning on it and getting it sorted out before I can say too much because I don't want to commit to something that I don't honestly know yet. So what program do you use for editing? That's Final Cut 10 we use, or Final Cut X. Been cutting on that now. Let's see, Central America, Return to McKinsey, and this season are all caught on Final Cut 10. Are the YouTube episodes in 4K? No, they're not. Haven't got there yet. That's one of the things that we're working towards, is shooting everything in 4K. When we say let's shoot stuff in 4K, it is a massive undertaking for the amount of footage that we capture during trips like this. So basically it would, monkey math, it's 4 times the data that we would have to ingest at nighttime. So Benton, you are awesome. Don't stop making seasons. We won't. We'll keep going as best as we can to keep making as much content as we possibly can. So thank you. So back to 4K, we'd have to upgrade servers. We'd have to upgrade cameras. And right now, so poor Nate, he works at night on these trips, anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half of offloading with the cards that we're shooting throughout the day. If we were to quadruple the data, we're having to figure out, hey, would that slow us down? What would that look like? Because now we're ingesting so much data at the end of the day. Nate would be up till 2 a.m. So we're just working through some of those kinks that would make shooting in 4K possible. And we're waiting for technology to catch up to allow us to shoot it and be faster in the field with it without costing an arm and a leg. I think I did the initial numbers on if we were to go 4K in this next year, it would be around $100,000 to $150,000 for us to go to 4K in cost. So that's a big upfront cost. So we're looking into it. We're figuring it all out, but stay tuned on that. So yeah, more questions. Let me see. A bunch were fired off in there. Shelley, you got any good questions for me that you read? Where can you purchase the music? Good question. iTunes. Expedition Overland albums are available there. I think, yes, Woodrow Gerber, my good friend Chad, he put out this season's stuff already. You can download this season's album already on iTunes. So, Europe trip someday. What's that? Africa someday. I love Africa. Shelley and I have been to Africa a few times, and we just love it there. Favorite country in South America? Ooh. That's really tough because there's so many unique places in South America. It's one of the most diverse places you'll go in the world. So a lot of places have their benefits, So how do we get tickets for the January 20th party? Shelley, is that a ticket thing, or is that a?
It will be. Stay tuned this week, and we'll be promoting it on social media.
Okay, it will be. So stay tuned this week on social media. We're going to have some more details coming out on that too. But that's a ways away. That's like years away. Literally a year. January 18th, 2018. So. Tire question. Yeah. Tall and skinny tires on the first gen versus what we're running now. Tall and skinny tires are great. Well, we've talked with General Tire a couple times to see if we can start getting a skinnier tire in play there. We're just looking at that because that's a mold, and that's some serious market that they would have to make sure that they had before they can make a skinnier tire. But a tall, skinny tire for overlanding is king. It's awesome. The tire that we're running right now, I always get the number mixed up because we've gone through like 4 different tires in the last 3 years. three different tire sizes, but it's equivalent to the 32. It's that 270/85 R17 or something, and great. It's phenomenal tire size. It's right in the middle. It's not too wide and it's not real skinny. It's just kind of right in the middle. That's why that tire is put out first, because that meets the greatest market for a tire company. Most of them all do that. So Team 5 partnership. Absolutely. We're still working with Team 5. The Team 5 for the South America expedition didn't pan out this year. We worked really hard to make that happen. But there was quite a few things that were happening just in front of our expedition, a couple hurricanes and stuff that Team 5 participated in. So we didn't get an expedition put together there, but we're constantly working with those guys. They're dear friends of ours, and we'll be working with Team 5 at any chance we can in the future. So Eric Sosa, thanks for shout out. That's awesome. Yeah. Let's see. Any other questions? I'll answer a couple more. I love doing these. Hopefully you guys get some value out of them too. How much Taylor Swift did you listen to this time? How much do you expect? What do you think? The new album just came out, you know. It's like slowly releasing. Every day I look and see if the new song has been added to the album. So we listen to a lot of Taylor Swift. I mean, she's like our national anthem. So are we hiring? We're not hiring. Sorry, guys. We get that question a lot. I would love to hire everybody I can, but we're not hiring at this time. I saw fuel quality in South America. We'll get into that in some of the episodes. Overall, C. Gets a C grade. Bolivia's rough. Peru is rough. It's just, I mean, all the trucks ran on it, but it just wasn't great fuel. So you can definitely tell the difference between like American fuel and Bolivian fuel. They are different things. So would you prefer Toyota diesels in your rigs? I don't know, not necessarily. Diesels are awesome, but the gasoline engines are really great too. You know, the bottom line, reliability is what I care about. Range is also nice, but that you can get out of the diesels, but we don't have those here. So the gasoline engines are just fine. I have no complaints about them. Any firearms allowed in South America? No. Long story short, no. We don't take any firearms into South America. You can bring firearms to South America. Like Argentina is really big on hunting, especially a lot of bird hunting. Chile, however you want to say it, is big on hunting too. You can bring rifles in. But the problem for us, like going through those, all the different borders works different. You can't just bring firearms down there with us. So only our wits, what got us through. Was Samson's size, the Land Cruiser 200 series, an issue? Nope, not once. Let me think. No, it was great. South America is a big country. It's kind of, and the landscapes are really big, a lot like the West here in the United States, which a Land Cruiser just thrives in for touring and overlanding and stuff. So it was never a problem there. So, yeah. Any new collaborations for the future? What kind of collaborations, David? We're always open for a good idea. 488 gears working out? Absolutely. It's a great thing. With like collaborations with Team 5 or other YouTubers, absolutely. All for adventure, any of those guys, no problem. We're open to those things for sure. People that believe in adventure and are doing what we're doing, putting out content. We can speak each other's language for a little while. For sure. Totally. If you were to purchase a new Tacoma for yourself, would you buy another manual? Man, I have wrestled with that same question. I have asked myself that same question. It's hard to say. So I'm still driving the 2013 Tacoma, the supercharged one. That's my daily driver. And I really do enjoy the manual. I really do. I have thought about just going back to an automatic on my next truck, partly because every now and then I've got a little bit of a knee issue in my left knee, and sometimes running the clutch is causing some kind of discomfort in my knee, especially on long trips and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how my knee sorts out, but if I was given either or, I wouldn't care. I like them both. I know that's probably not the answer that you're looking for, but they're both really good.
Are we running the same set of max tracks, or have we had to replace any max tracks?
Are we running the same set of max tracks? For the most part, yeah. We've never had to replace any. The only thing that we have to do with max tracks from a marketing angle is make sure that we have good ones in the event of every season. So, and that's the same with a lot of stuff. That's just how the marketing world works. I don't blame them. They want their product shown in good light. But we're still running on a bunch of max tracks. Like I have a set in the Tacoma that I drive every day that are from the original season. So Shelley has a set, her white ones, that she's done 3 rallies on, still in good shape. So they last a long time as long as you take care of them and don't spin and get them hot, which it says right on them, no wheel spin. They'll last a long time. And if you're interested, they just launched a brand new product, MaxTrax Pro, and has replaceable steel spikes on it. So that's pretty cool. So let's see. What's that?
That question from Benton Pittman. Scroll up.
From who?
Benton Pittman.
Benton.
New
Oh, hey, Benton.
or old Tacoma 4.0?
What, if any, difference have you noticed between the 3.5 of the old Tacoma engine and the 4.0 and the new one? I will say this. The 4.0 in the new Tacoma has as much get up in the high end as my supercharged one does. So from the factory, the new truck is pretty awesome. Their tranny flash that they released about a year after the new Tacoma came out made a huge difference in the drivability of the truck. It got rid of a lot of that weird shifting that was happening. It's been remedied. That truck gets up and goes. So it's a little apples to oranges for me a little bit because the X3 is a automatic, and X1 was a manual. So they drive different just because of that very characteristics. But the power in the new truck is definitely there. But it's in the high end. It's a high wrap motor. It's designed that way, and you kind of just learn to drive it that way, and you get around just fine. So yeah, well, that's quite a few questions. I do need to get back to editing. I'm trying to get through the finishing touches on 7 and 8 today, and so then I can have a good weekend. So I hope all of you have a great weekend. I hope you have a wonderful time watching the episode tonight. Please share it. Please subscribe. All those things. And we'll catch you later. Have a good night. See ya.